If your child has ADHD or autism, here's a number that might explain the meltdowns that you've been seeing lately. Research shows that 42% of school-age kids with co-occurring autism and ADHD also have an anxiety disorder, and school transitions are one of the biggest triggers. That stomach ache before school, that sudden refusal to get dressed, the meltdown over a shoe that just feels wrong. It's very likely not defiance. It's a nervous system trying to prepare for something that feels unpredictable and overwhelming. Hi, I'm Dr. Maridana, youth and adult psychiatrist and obesity certified physician, here to discuss all things mental health and wellness related. Today, I want to talk directly to parents of neurodivergent kids with ADHD, autism, or other differences in how their brain processes things. Because back to school season is one of the hardest stretches of the year for these families, and it doesn't get talked about enough. I'm going to walk you through why this transition hits neurodivergent kids so hard and give you real, practical survival guide that you can start using this week. Let's start with the why, because understanding it changes how you respond. Neurodivergent brains process change, sensory input, and social demands differently. What looks like exciting change for one child can register as overwhelming, threatening unpredictability to another. For kids with ADHD, the shift from a loose, interest-led summer back into a structured attention demands can feel jarring. Their brains are wired for novelty and movement, and suddenly they're expected to sit still and focus on things that aren't inherently stimulating. For autistic kids, new teachers, new classrooms, layouts, and new social dynamic can put their nervous system into a state of ongoing alertness, always slightly on guard, waiting for the next unpredictable thing. Neither of these is a behavior problem. It's a nervous system responding exactly the way it's wired to respond to unpredictability. So here's where I tell parents to focus their energy: the days before school starts and not just the morning of. If at all possible, start easing back into school-like routine about a week before the first day. Practice the actual sequence: waking up at school time, getting dressed, eating breakfast, and packing a backpack. The goal is for the first real school morning to feel like something your child has already rehearsed and not something brand new. And if your child is anxious about the building itself, see if you can visit the school before classes start. Walk the hallways, find the bathroom, locate their classroom. For a lot of kids, especially autistic kids, this kind of mental mapping ahead of time meaningfully reduces first day anxiety. The unknown becomes known. This is a mistake I see constantly, and it's an easy one to fix. Parents wait to teach coping tools until their child is already mid-meltdown. That's the hardest possible moment to learn or teach something new. Instead, practice calming strategies like deep breathing, a famine calming activity, simple grounding techniques during calm moments over the summer, so the tool is already familiar by the time anxiety actually shows up. The same can go for social situations. If your child gets nervous about introducing themselves or navigating group activities, practicing those exact scenarios at home, almost like rehearsal, builds real confidence before the stakes are high. If you're finding this video helpful, subscribe and check out my other videos on this channel. I have ones on ADHD, autistic burnout, and anxiety that go deeper into everything that we're covering today. And here's something I wish every parent knew. For a lot of neurodivergent kids, the meltdown doesn't happen at school, it happens the moment that they get home, because they've been holding it together, masking and managing all day, and home is finally the safe place that they let it all go. So what they could do is build a decompression routine right into the after-school transition. That might mean changing out of school clothes immediately, having a familiar snack, and doing a preferred calming activity before any homework or questions about their day. Physical movement helps too. Jumping, walking, or anything that lets built-up energy discharge. This isn't coddling. It's giving their nervous system a chance to come back down before you ask anything more of them. One more thing that I want to mention specifically for kids with ADHD who take medication. because back to school is a good time to check in with your child's doctor about medication timing. Some kids need their dose adjusted when they go back to school for structured school days, because what worked during the summer might not cover them through a whole full school afternoon. Don't wait for teachers to flag a problem, because you can get ahead of it now. And last piece, communicate with your child's school early. Share their specific strengths, challenges, and needs directly with their teacher before a problem surfaces. And protect sleep fiercely during this transition. Disrupted sleep makes emotional regulation dramatically harder. Small triggers turn into big reactions far more easily when a child is running on poor sleep. If your neurodivergent child is struggling this back-to-school season, please know that this is not a reflection of bad parenting or a difficult child. It is a predictable, well-documented response to a genuinely hard transition. And with the right preparation, it gets easier. Subscribe and check out my other videos. I've got tons on ADHD in kids and adults, autistic burnout, and the connection between neurodivergence and weight that connected today's topic. And if you're in New York, Florida, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, or Washington, D.C., and you're looking for a psychiatrist who treats the whole person and not just the symptoms, we are accepting new patients at my clinic, Donna Wellness Clinic. Link is in the bio. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.